Let's talk about giving your business a full body scan. Now, for a lot of electrical contractors, the term business audit sounds a bit scary, right? Like something only the big corporations do. But honestly, it's one of the most powerful tools you have for building a business that's actually profitable. So let's break down what that really means. Does this sound at all familiar? Your schedule is absolutely jam-packed. The phone's always ringing, you're working harder than you ever have. But when you look at the bank account, it just doesn't add up. You feel like you're just spinning your wheels, but not actually getting anywhere. Look, if that's you, you are definitely not alone. So many contractors hit this exact same growth plateau. But here's the thing you gotta remember. It is not a sign of failure. It's actually a sign that your business is ready for the next step. It means it's time to stop working in the business and finally start working on it. So here's our game plan. We're gonna walk through a complete blueprint. We'll start by talking about the contractor's plateau, then we'll introduce this idea of a full body scan. After that, we'll dive into your financials, your operations, and optimizing your people. And most importantly, we'll finish up with a really clear action plan to turn all this knowledge into actual profit.
All right, first up, the contractor's plateau. Let's get right to the bottom of the hidden reasons your business might be stuck in a rut.
These right here, these are the silent killers of profitability. Maybe it's you still trying to do everything yourself, from the quoting to the invoicing. Or maybe you just don't have clear systems, so every job feels like you're starting from scratch. You know, without a real plan or a clear view of your finances, you're just flying blind. And if you're only relying on one type of job, well, that's like standing on a one-legged stool. Any one of these can stop your growth dead in its tracks. So how do you break through all that? Well, the answer is what we're calling your company's full body scan. In other words, the business audit. And I really want you to think of it just like that, a complete health check for your company. This isn't just about the money. It's a deep dive into your day-to-day operations, your numbers, the software you're using, and how you deliver your service. And the whole point, the entire goal, is to find those sneaky little profit leaks that are draining your business, probably without you even noticing.
Okay, let's start where it really counts. Diagnosing your financials. It is time to follow the money trail.
And you have to ask yourself this question with total honesty. Where is your money really going? Not where you think it's going. I mean, do you know down to the last pound how profitable every single job actually is? Let's get specific. First, your gross profit margins. Are you hitting your targets on every job, or are some jobs dragging you down? Next, your costs. Take a hard look at those fixed, reoccurring bills. Can any of them be trimmed down? Job costing is massive. Are your estimates for labor and materials actually correct? Be honest. And finally, your profit and loss statement, your P&L. If you're not looking at this weekly, you're driving by looking in the rearview mirror. You need that real-time info to make smart moves. Next up, let's audit your operations. We need to look at the whole shebang, from the moment a customer calls for a quote to the moment you send that final invoice. Just think about it like this. Are all these tiny little leaks in your process slowly sinking your profit ship? You know, a wasted hour here, an over-ordered part there. It might not seem like much, but believe me, it all adds up. So where do you start looking? Well, check your scheduling. Are you losing billable hours because guys are driving all over town inefficiently? How about inventory? Wasting materials, or even worse, running out of stock mid-job? Both of those kill your profits. Time tracking is huge. Are your team members really being productive? And what about the customer's journey? Any communication gap, from that first call to the final payment, is a place where profit can leak out.
Okay, now here is a fantastic pro tip for protecting your margins. Seriously, this is gold. Instead of just caving and offering discounts, give your customers added value. For example, offer a free electrical safety check. The customer feels like they're getting an amazing deal. It makes you look like a trusted expert. And hey, it might even lead to more work for you. It is a total win-win that protects your bottom line and builds your brand.
All right, our next big section is all about optimizing your systems and your people. This is where you make that crucial shift from being a technician who's always on the tools to being a strategist who's guiding the ship.
So let's be real for a second. Are you still doing tasks that could, and frankly should, be delegated to someone else? Because if you're the bottleneck, your business can never ever grow beyond the hours you can personally put in. So the answer is simple. You have to systemize and you have to delegate. First, audit your software. Are those tools you're paying for actually saving you time or just creating more headaches? Then, define roles clearly. Write it down so everyone knows exactly what they're responsible for. Next, develop what are called SOPs, Standard Operating Procedures. These are just simple, step-by-step guides for key tasks. And finally, delegate the admin. You'd be amazed how a virtual assistant or a subcontractor could free up your time. All right, we have done the full body scan, we've found the issues. Now comes the most important part of all, your action plan. This is how we turn all those insights into cold, hard profit.
Now, the key here is not to get overwhelmed and try to fix everything at once. Just follow this dead simple 3-step plan. Step 1, prioritize. Pick the top 3 problems that are going to have the biggest, fastest impact on your bottom line. Step 2, create a timeline. Set realistic deadlines. And step 3, track it. Use a simple dashboard to monitor your progress every week. Remember, what gets measured gets managed.
And this is so important to remember. A business audit isn't a one-time fix you do when things are going badly. It is a recurring process. It's how you build and maintain a lean, profitable machine that works for you instead of the other way around. You should be doing this every single quarter. So that brings us to the end. But really, the work is just beginning. After everything we've just gone through, I'm going to leave you with one simple question to think about. What is the very first profit leak you are going to go and fix in your business?